Some seasons do not break with one loud event. They become difficult slowly, until even ordinary days start feeling heavy. That was how it happened for Khoa. Nothing collapsed all at once, but everything began to feel harder than it used to. And in one quiet golden evening, when he finally stopped trying to act fine and wrote the truth in his notebook, he learned that hard times do not only test you, they teach you what kind of inner life you have built. Khoa had always thought of himself as someone who could handle things. He was not unusually brave, not especially confident, but he was steady. He did what needed to be done. He met deadlines, kept promises, and avoided making life more complicated than necessary. That had always seemed enough. But then came a season where many small burdens arrived at once. Work became uncertain, money felt tighter, sleep became shallow. A friendship changed without explanation. The future, which had once felt blurry but manageable, now felt like a fog he could not see through at all. Nothing dramatic had happened that he could easily explain to others. If someone asked, "What's wrong?" he would struggle to answer. That made it lonelier. Because how do you describe a hard time when your pain is made of ordinary things? An unfinished month, a tired mind, a quiet fear about tomorrow, a life that still functions but no longer feels light. One late afternoon, Khoa returned home carrying groceries in one hand and fatigue in the other. He placed the bag on the floor, kicked off his shoes, and sat at the desk by the window without even turning on the light. The room was washed in soft evening gold. Outside, leaves moved gently in the wind. He had promised himself that he would get more done that day. Instead, he had moved through the hours like someone walking through water. He opened his notebook because he did not know what else to do. At the top of the page, he wrote, "Why does everything feel so hard lately?" He stared at the words for a long time, then began writing in a messy, uneven hand. "Because I'm tired all the time. Because I keep pretending I'm okay. Because every small problem now feels bigger than it should. Because I'm carrying too many worries at once. Because I don't feel grounded." That last sentence stayed in his mind. I don't feel grounded. Khoa looked around the room. Nothing in it was dramatic. A plain desk, a cup with 3 pens, a chair that creaked a little when he leaned back, a soft orange rectangle of light on the wall. But somehow, the stillness of the room made his inner restlessness easier to see. For weeks, maybe months, he had been trying to survive hard days by pushing through them without listening to them. He had been treating tiredness like weakness, worry like inconvenience, and sadness like something to postpone until life became easier. But life had not become easier. It had only become noisier inside him. He turned the page and wrote a second question. What do hard times ask for? Not perfection, not pretending, not 10-year plans. Rest, honesty, simplicity, a smaller day, something steady, a smaller day. That phrase felt unexpectedly kind. Hard times often become unbearable not only because of what is happening, but because you still expect yourself to function as if nothing is happening. You ask a tired heart for energy it does not have. You ask an anxious mind for clarity it cannot access yet. You ask a discouraged version of yourself to carry the same weight as usual, and then feel ashamed when you cannot. Khoa had been doing exactly that. So that evening, instead of trying to rescue his whole life, he made tea and sat with the notebook until the light shifted from gold to amber. Then he wrote 3 very simple tasks for the rest of the night. Wash the dishes, take a shower, sleep without scrolling. It looked almost ridiculous, but the moment he saw the list, his shoulders dropped slightly. The night no longer looked like something he had to conquer. It looked like something he could move through, and that mattered. Over the next days, he kept returning to the notebook, especially when life felt too dense to hold in his head. He stopped making harsh schedules during difficult weeks. He began making compassionate lists instead. Not lists designed to prove discipline, but lists designed to preserve steadiness. Drink water. Reply to one email. Walk outside for 10 minutes. Clean one corner of the room. Do the next small thing. He noticed that when he treated hard times with honesty instead of denial, they became less frightening. Not easier exactly, but more understandable. He could see what he needed more clearly. Rest, not guilt. Structure, not pressure. Presence, not panic. One step, not a whole solution. And though the problems in his life did not disappear immediately, his relationship with them changed. He stopped feeling like he was drowning in a nameless heaviness. He began feeling like someone learning how to carry a difficult season with more gentleness and less fear. One evening, weeks later, he flipped back through the notebook and saw the pages fill with proof of quiet endurance. Not dramatic wins, but signs of rooting. He had made it through. One ordinary hard day after another.
Not always loud.
And perhaps that is how resilience really grows. Not in heroic moments, but in small evenings when someone chooses to remain soft and steady inside a life that has become heavy. Hard times reveal whether your inner life has anything steady to stand on. Not because they are cruel, but because difficulty removes your illusions. It shows you whether you know how to care for yourself without performance. Whether you know how to make life simpler when everything feels too much. Whether you can stay honest in a season that does not offer quick relief. Sometimes the strongest thing you can do in a hard season is not push harder. It is make the day smaller. Make the truth clearer. Make your next step gentler, and let that be enough for now. Because resilience is not always loud. Sometimes it looks like a tired person in warm evening light, writing 3 manageable tasks in a notebook and choosing not to give up today. If you are in a hard season, comment, "I will carry this gently." Subscribe for more warm, reflective life stories made for quiet motivation.